You know, I've tackled racing game challenges on the road, across harsh waters, on foot, and through the snow. But aside from some airplane levels in Diddy Kong Racing, I've never exclusively took to the skies and tried a racing game challenge that only involved aircrafts. So I figured it was time to try something new. Bravo Air Race is an aircraft racing game released in 1997 exclusively for the PlayStation. There's no finer details on what this game is about. It's all right there in the title. But if you ignored that, you're welcomed in by this cinematic intro, so you know that you're about to get into some serious flying. There's a small selection of aircrafts you can choose from, all modeled after real-life planes and jets. They each have different stats, which include max speed, acceleration, and mobility. Every plane seems to have one big strength and weakness about it, all except for this guy right here. Pitts has the lowest max speed and overall stats in the game. I took one look at it after scrolling through all the planes and thought that this had to be worthy of a challenge. So I entered all four, yes, only four, courses and got to it. Man, I'm in 10th currently. Oh, shit. Where the hell are the other planes? Watch where you're going, you fool. Oh my god, you can kill the penguins! What have I done? I'm a monster! Oh, I just now noticed the 1-800 Collide on there. It's my sponsor, cause not the best pilot. What do I do? What does triangle do? Oh god! After having my fun and beating every course, the credits began to roll, and I fully expected there to be some kind of mirror mode. When I went back to the course selection, there was nothing new there. No mirrors, reverses, hard mode, nada. So I thought, okay, maybe I have to beat all the time trials to unlock more content. And after completing all of those, there was still nothing. That is crazy, and not something I expected going into this. I guess this must be the adult mindset hitting me, because I'm sure as a kid, racing with a bunch of different planes, even if there were only 4 courses, would have provided endless enjoyment. Still not fully believing that this was all this game had to offer, I went to the trusty GameFAQs site to check and see if there was anything I was missing. One of the only guides for this game unfortunately confirms there are indeed only 4 courses in the whole game. What a bummer. But there was some extra content I was missing out on. At the title screen, if you hold R1 and L2 on the second controller and hit select 20 times before the screen fades to black, you can unlock hidden aircrafts. This doesn't really help with the fact that there's still only 4 playable courses in the game, but after taking a look at all the newly available planes, something interesting caught my attention. Stealth had an absurdly large max speed stat, along with some of the lowest acceleration and mobility stats in the game. This right here is a classic combo that'd surely make for an interesting challenge. Could Stealth have been the one all along? Well, let's find out and see if you can beat Bravo Air Race only using Stealth. Before I begin, I'll share some of the rules of the skies so you have a better idea of what you're about to see. You can't just fly anywhere in Bravo Air Race. There's things to avoid, or not if you're a monster. But if you fly too high, you'll receive a sassy voice line and lose some of your speed. Hitting walls and crashing into things will, unsurprisingly, also result in a loss of speed. Controls are inverted too, so up is down and down is up. Around every course, you'll find spheres with letters on them. S spheres will move you to max speed, T spheres will give you a little extra time on your timer, and D spheres will significantly slow you down. There's also spheres that help guide you throughout the race. You can toggle this on and off if you want, but it's a nice guideline to show you where the course goes in and out. Every race has a time limit, but you can get more time by passing through checkpoints, or if you do a barrel roll. Lastly, the races are catch-up style, so you start in last, and gradually make your way to first place within the second or third laps. So now that's all covered, the challenge can begin at the first and cleverly named course,
Mountain.
It's the only one marked easy, so this shouldn't be too bad, even with a plane that's tough to control. Dude, the turning is so bad. Oh my god. Maybe tough to control is an understatement. Stealth is like trying to drive a car without power steering, or maybe it's better compared to wheeling around a pirate ship full of cargo and swashbucklers. I don't know. It may not look it on screen, but turning is slow. You gotta make your turns a little early to keep from crashing and burning. You also gotta watch your speed too. It's so easy to lose control of this thing, and due to the low acceleration, any hits you take will reduce you to a snail's pace. I nearly ran out of time on the first lap, and that was a clear clear enough indication that this race was not destined to be won on the first attempt. 9th place out of 12th on the easiest course was certainly a start. Stealth is more than capable of winning this, but it was abundantly clear that you can't just hop into it and become an ace pilot. You gotta take the proper training, go to flight school, learn what all the doohickeys do. But school isn't cheap, so I'll stick with the hard way and just keep practicing until I get it right. Stealth's biggest problem was how it handled when reaching max speed. Going slow, you can move around no problem, but after you're cranking over 500 miles per hour and approaching the sound barrier, any sudden movements will typically earn you a course out, and may cost a few lives along the way. Oh, the people, not the people! Even with a couple casualties, I was slowly working my way up from 9th place to 4th, 3rd, and even 2nd. Though when I hit the top 2, there was no first place plane in sight. My laps had drastically improved compared to my first few runs, but this one had a few moments where I took some hits and course outs that definitely could have been avoided. After one more reset, I had an incredible first 2 laps, passing through at 51 and 49 seconds. I held 2nd place for all of the final lap, and as the finish line approached, I finally caught a glimpse of the elusive first place plane. Okay, no. We're good. Finally. Oh my god. Woo! That took a bit longer than I expected it to, and the questionable bonk had me a little nervous. But the race was mine, and as a handsome reward, we get to listen to this groovy replay music that sounds oddly familiar. When the race is over, you get to put in your initials to showcase your best times. I decided to keep my YouTube poop shtick going and adopted for this playthrough. Graduating from Mountain, I moved on to the only normal course, South City. I'll tell ya, it's definitely south and anything but normal. It starts out in the city, as you would expect, then transitions to a safari area with flamingos and elephants. If you're wondering, hitting the flamingos slows you down, and the elephants want no part in that at all. But the elephants. Oh my god, what? After passing through the beach, it's back to the city. This course also has what I believe to be the only shortcut in the game, and I use that term very loosely, because it's just a small spot in between 2 buildings, and it's pretty much about the same as just taking the main path. While the other areas around the course were mostly open and easy to navigate through, the big city was not very plane friendly. Oh. There he is. Get that rat bastard! I think I'm finally becoming a pilot after all. Holy smokes! Throughout all the chaos, I was managing to place within the top 3, yet continued to struggle for first. After nearly 30 minutes of getting nowhere, I realized that I was missing something. Something important. Something that would unlock the inner pilot within me. Did somebody order a pilot? Let's do this. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Everyone knows that a true pilot is nothing without their aviators. After a few more tries with these babies on, the key to South City was mine to hang up on my mantle. Fool. Doesn't he know I'm a tried and true pilot? The best damn pilot you have ever seen. You can't beat an ace pilot such as myself. I mean, look at me. That actually worked out way better than I anticipated. And now we're already halfway through the game. Hard to believe, right? Next up on the list, we have Snowland, the first hard course, and it also has this Pingu on it. The easy and normal courses weren't all too bad, so I wonder how a hard one is going to compare to— Oh no, not this bit again. Let me tell you a little something about Snowland. For stealth, this is the equivalent of skipping to the final boss without having left the first town in an RPG. I didn't make it too much easier on myself by removing the guide either, but I wanted an extra challenge for the harder courses since there was so few already. Here's what we're dealing with. First, we have the terrible draw distance. I don't know if you picked up on this yet, but this game's draw distance is laughable. I guess the first two courses maybe didn't showcase it much, but in Snowland, it takes a drastic dive. Almost everything is white and just blends in, and your navigation needs to be as clean as a whistle. For example, there's a few spots where you have to fly up a slope. You can't go too high because you'll get a course out, and obviously you can't fly too low because you'll hit the ground. There's also this other spot after you say hello to the locals. It just doesn't get old. I'm sorry, it just doesn't get old. Where you're required to go up and immediately down through a small tunnel. But with stealth speed and harsh controls, you're almost destined to hit a wall or crash every time you approach this area. Oh, I wasn't really making too much progress on the course like I was with the first two, so what is a captain of this flying contraption to do? Well, I did as I always do. I toughed it out and suffered until I got it right. Okay, we didn't crash. Where the hell is the top three? Whoa! Slow down! Damn it! Throughout my hours in these treacherous snowy mountains, I learned a lot about stealth and how to really pilot it. Let's address the biggest issue here. Playing with stealth makes it so easy to hit terrain and objects because of its handling, right? Well, here's a key thing that helps, which may or may not shock you. A bit before making a turn, you need to let go of the acceleration button. This will help maintain your control, and stealth won't lose a lot of speed in the process. If you want to maintain speed with some control, you can tap the acceleration button. Or if you want better control, you can hold the brake button for a second or two, and that will help you get through some of the more tricky turns. I also found that using the brakes after grabbing a speed boost is incredibly useful. There's one speed boost nearby the penguins that will launch you towards the cave I mentioned earlier. This will instantly put you at max speed, which is not as good as you may think. But with braking, you can still reap some of the rewards of the boost, and slow down with enough time to make it through the cave. Now, I don't want to seem like using my brakes or not accelerating is something totally brand new to me, but I never really put too much thought into it for air racing. It's a much more different feeling than brake turning or drifting, and boy howdy, this helped out a lot. Learning when to let go of the acceleration and when to brake made it so that I was consistently in the top 3, though that still just wasn't quite good enough. I was averaging roughly around a minute 15 per lap. This will guarantee 3rd place, and maybe even 2nd if you can manage to catch up, but it's not enough for 1st. This was due to nothing more than just small mistakes. Touching terrain or a course out here and there in Snowland practically puts your run on death row. You can't really afford to slow down at any point unless you're the one pulling the brakes. I am not joking when I say this. This course requires near perfection to win with stealth. You might be able to sacrifice a hit or two at best, but that's it. If you cross into the 3rd lap with anything over 2 minutes and 30 seconds, don't even waste your time. And if you do manage to get that far, you better hope you don't choke like I somehow managed to do without fail. Dude, f off, man. The silver lining to that loss is that 1st place was finally within my grasp. Over 2 hours of attempts and looking cool while doing it, and victory was so close. Shortly after my loss, another opportunity would come my way, and would go about the same as the previous one. Watch out. You suck! Dude, I swear to God, holy However, that 2nd loss unlocked something within me, because almost right after that happened, I completely crushed this course and set a new track record while doing it. Woo! I'm sorry, who's the best pilot out there? Who's got the aviator shades and the hair to rival Justin Bieber himself? This guy right here, Pilot Ray. I expected a Snowland, but what I got was hell in snow skin. Playing through it with pits, I had almost no issues, so I think that gave me a false sense of security. While it was a pain in the ass to get down, it was kind of nice to have an opportunity to really learn how stealth properly operates, and earning a new track record right at the end just made this victory even sweeter. All that leaves is Canyon, the final course in the game. Will Canyon be even harder than Snowland was? Or will it be another classic, not so bad end of the challenge run race? Well, it's somewhere in the middle. Canyon does have tighter turns to make than Snowland, but that's really all it has. Though it is a troubling sight at first glance, it's not so bad when you slow down and brake like I mentioned earlier. Something else this course has that also makes it far easier than Snowland is this section here. You have a long straightaway with not 1, but 2 speed boosts on it. Even if you mess up a few times throughout the race, hitting both of these will catch you right back up, as long as you don't blow up. As with all these courses, it took me a little time to navigate around the canyon, and aside from the typical hiccups, Damn it! No! No! No, you're supposed to believe! You lost faith! You lost faith in Christmas! You were supposed to believe! This was really just a test to showcase how far along Stealth and I had come. Bravo Air Race is a game of skill. There's no shortcuts or attacks. It's just you and your aircraft piloting the skies, proving that you're better than the rest. Just make sure that everything on your computer is working properly while zooming across the skies. No! That was not my fault. I thought my stream crashed. So looking back at this now, I think my stream may have crashed for a split second, which is why the recording pauses for a quick moment. That noise distracted me, and I thought I was live to no one. So I accidentally threw this race and lost. Whatever that issue was, it came and went, and on the next race, Stealth and I flew into the heavens as winners. Oh yeah, that's the ticket right there. Captain Ray has advanced to Corporal. Now I can finally look and see what the screen says because it flashed in and out so fast. You are champion and have a groovy partner. Well, I guess that right there proves that you can beat Bravo Air Race only using stealth. Thank you all so much for watching. Stealth was certainly something I had never experienced before. I mean, on the ground, we've had many cases of a car or character that goes fast but can't steer, but it's a completely different experience up in the skies. After finishing up the run, I played as some of the other planes, and yeah, there's pretty much no reason to use stealth at all. Every other plane handles so much better. Now for Bravo Air Race, there clearly isn't much here, but that doesn't make it a bad game. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. When you move past the bad controlling planes and the awful draw distance, there's a neat game here with a lot of heart and a great soundtrack behind it. You shouldn't sleep on this one, especially if you need something to occupy a few hours. It's worth it. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, I stream all of my challenge runs live on my Twitch channel and here on YouTube. If you like to check that out, be sure to subscribe or follow me on Twitch. The link to my Twitch channel, along with links to my other social media accounts, can be found in the description. If there's a challenge run you'd like to see, you can also check out the description for a direct link where you can submit your ideas. Thanks again for watching, everyone. See you in the next video.
Come on!
Why does the guy saying "come on" remind me of the Pinocchio dub? Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I have the whole world to see. Come on!